Maybe I hit the wrong button. Alright, here we go. Got a Raxium flooding out the north side. They definitely have the more favored spawn, I'd say, as they can usually jump out here and kill anybody coming out of this choke side door really quickly. But looks like it didn't help them too much here. We got a 2v1 up top and then a 2v2 up bottom, but they finish off the top side player. And now it's just Dace left on the bottom. Duco's gonna flank. Nice shotgun kill there. Maybe he can get Fury here. They actually both go for the shield. I'm not sure why Duco shielded though. I mean, both are Axiom players shielded, so he didn't really need his there. Really nice back to bomb there. Didn't really help him out though. He still gets taken out in that 3v2 situation. And Axiom are regain control. Now Rebels have spawned Imp side, trying to push out all four of them out of this little corridor here. Kind of hard to do usually, but Raxium weren't really in a good position to stop them from pushing out of there. So we got three of them up top, doing a good job of clearing out Raxium players here. Dooku is going for the cap. And yeah, Dink kind of burns a shield there for no reason, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, he might have been able to recap it and saved a couple seconds, but probably better just to die and respawn quicker at that point. But we got Zendor over here trying to hamper these two Araxian players pushing out of the control room, but he gets taken out. We got Duco left near the pod with the shotgun, with Dank and Peter pushing him. Duco decides just to pop a shield and just go for the melee fight. He's got that back to bomb buff, so he needs 3 melees to kill. He definitely had the advantage in that melee on melee action. And DE are going to claim pod number 1. Hopefully they'll grab all the power-ups here. Looks like there's one left. Zendor's going to pick that up, so good job by them. And the second pod's actually in the control room, which is where 3 of the Araxian members are already posted up. Let's actually go to Butane's view here. We'll stay in third person though. First person is a little wonky and we can kind of see better what's going on in third person. So we got Duco going in with a shield rush. So taken out. He's actually taking a cycler and a scattergun there. Nice flash grenade there. Doesn't really look like there was a follow-up though. So kind of didn't do too much there. Got Zendor trying to peek Butane here with his scattergun almost off cooldown. 2 DE are trying to flank them, while 2 are trying to push in the front. Looks like Zendor rushes in, gets taken up by the cycler. Dace gets a nice imploder kill there, which hopefully will let his team push in. Looks like it did. They do get the recap, although now it's just Dace against 3 Araxium, and he does get taken out. I mean, they blew some power-ups, they blew some shields, they did reset the pod, so there's that. So we got Mach and Zendor down the hill here. Get one Araxian player. Hopefully he can respawn on his teammate. Actually, looks like he spawns far away. Don't know if that was on purpose or what. He might be partnered to Fury, and Fury might have been a little too close to the players at the entrance here. We got a lot of melee fights going on here. There was a flashbang, didn't quite matter. A couple of DE members funnel out of the I don't actually know what to call this room. What do you call this room? I don't know. It's kind of just like a... I don't know. But wasn't quite enough there. So, tying it up 1-1. Next pod's gonna spawn on the open side. There's actually 3 spawn locations out here for pods. So if one team can gain control of this whole area, like Araxium have control right now, Peter's doing a really good job holding the hill there and hampering them. He's probably gonna get taken out. Hopefully he can partner spawn on Fury or Butane, but I think those 2 are partnered, so slightly unfortunate there. He probably should have backed up and let Dank spawn on him instead. So we got a 2v2. Looks like DE are going to come out ahead on that 2v2. With Dace bringing up the rear. 2 Araxian members luckily are pushing in before DE can really get set up to hold that corridor. So now we got 2v2 once again. Duco gets taken out. And then it's Dank and Peter versus Dace. Dace drops the Bacta. He's going to get 1 kill. Can he get the second kill? He's doing a really good job peeking here. Unfortunately, well, Peter's forced to run away as Zendor comes up behind him. And now we've got all 4 DE members here. They're probably just going to push and kill Actually didn't see how Fury got a kill there. It must have been in proximity or something. Didn't actually get to see it. But DE have control right now. Once again, another 2v2 situation, but two AurRe members are going to be behind Dace any second now. Doesn't look like he was quite paying attention to the radar, as they both kind of just run up behind him. They have a blaster cannon on the pod, which actually stopped Fury from capping it a couple times. But luckily Butane got it in time. So once again, flip-flopping the pod, but we got a 4v3 going on right now. Duco jumps in. A little bit too early, unfortunately, for DE members, but it kind of put two of the AurRe members out of position. They get taken out quickly by Dace and Zendor pushing up. And once again, flopping this pod. But this time, hopefully, well, looks like Duco didn't wait. Duco probably should have waited there. I mean, I guess it's a judgment call, really, if you think your team's gonna clear or not. I mean, if you thought his team was gonna clear them out, you probably want to wait and partner spawn. Otherwise, I guess you could go ahead and spawn and start getting there sooner. So, right now we got a 3v4. Looks like Butane's going for the shield cap. Peter gets a nice kill in the air, then gets taken out. We're down to a 3v1, but AurRe team did get that recap. They got it a little bit early in this fight. Dank really needs to be careful here. And just not push out. Wait until your team gets there. If you can do some damage, great. Peter actually gets a flank on Duco and takes him out. Dace is preoccupied with Peter there, so Dank's actually just going to push up behind them, recap, and then take him out. So basically the situation just keeps switching between who's got control. The difference being AurRe team are going to be in a slightly better position here. And probably claim this pod pretty quickly. It doesn't actually look like DE is even going to contest it. Looks like they're just going to give it up and defend this pod. Although it looks like Zendor is going to try and man mode it by himself. Peter looks like he's going the long way. So hopefully Fury or Dank or both will grab power-ups here. Looks like they got a couple of the power-ups, so that's good. Butane is going to go around the flank. Looks like we got Dank and Fury pushing up the front here. Get a kill on Zendor, but it doesn't really matter because just those pods were gonna kind of get capped. It's very similar timing, so I guess it was a good call by DE. They figured they weren't gonna get in there and be able to contest that pod, so we'll just even the score up a little bit. Unfortunately for them, like I was saying before, there are 3 pod locations on this side of the map, on the open side. And AurRe were already there to claim the second pod, so now they've got a really good setup. We got one player on each side of the door. Look like, but DE is actually gonna, they have an orbital strike. This is gonna let all 4 of them push in here. Dank managed to get one kill on one of them pushing in. Duco is gonna shield cap. Zendor is gonna clear out Dank there, so now we got a 2v2. There's that back to bomb. Give them the slight edge over the AurRe players, although it doesn't look like giving them enough of an edge. Back up a little bit here since Fury jumped away. Peter's actually gonna be forced to shield as there's a turret in the corridor. Gonna go ahead and get that recap. Almost drops Mach, but doesn't quite get it. Buys his team a little bit more time. So it looks like we're gonna have pretty much all of AurRe are gonna be pushing up this corridor. We got Dace here peeking with a pulse rifle. We got Zendor in the back near the pod, and Mach on the other side of the door. Dank's gonna charge in with the shield. Shield gets taken out, although nobody's really looking at him at the moment except Zendor. Almost. Oh, he does get the recap.
We have to stop them.
But he does get taken out. I didn't think he was gonna get that cap there, actually. It looked like he died before the pod actually got claimed, but really nice job there. He managed to spawn on his partner. So now we've got all 4 AurRe in here. I doubt anybody's actually running scout on AurRe side. I'm pretty sure they're probably all berserker, as usual. So I don't know, unless you really are expecting somebody to push on the sides, I wouldn't really cover sides where you're not seeing like red on the radar. I pretty much just have everybody either like right next to the pod or up in the corridor. Didn't really matter in this case, but AurRe gonna claim that pod. Slight disadvantage here as DE were already in the middle of the map and they're pushing out of the open side into the middle. But it should be okay. DE are kind of using these back areas to their advantage. Nice air rocket there by Peter. Really... Oh, he almost got that pod cap. Luckily, I don't think it's going to matter. The rest of the Iraxian players that respawn open side are pushing in a lot faster than the DE reinforcements, so they're going to get a re-pod cap here. DE is spawning way on the other side of the map. They put them at a pretty good disadvantage here. Luckily, they're pushing onto two different angles. This side, the control room side, is always hard to push out of. Pretty risky pushing out of generally most of the time, but unfortunately none of the Iraxian members were over there. And it's kind of hard to cover that anyway if they're pushing out of both sides, because usually you're going to be like on this side area covering, looking in this way. So not too big a deal in this case. DE's going to get the recap here. It looks like Dace is probably going to get taken out. Dank's just going to go for the pod cap, but he's going to get taken out. Zendor jumps on the turret on accident. I really like him putting this blaster turret on the pod. Butane's actually in a really cheeky kind of spot right now. It's up on the corridor. And once again, Iraxian are going to gain control here. Duco is going to go for the melee fight. They're going to kill each other. Was a 1v1, but Dank was able to peek and get a free kill on Dace there, who was out in the open. So there's that power of partner spawning. One of them had already respawned and was running in, and then he spawned in his partner, so there were just two members suddenly really close to the pod. But there's actually good defense there by Iraxian, taking out both of those players. Duco's going to try and go in for that savior cap, but kind of what I was saying, you know, you want a second loadout where you can just suicide cap. If he'd had a shield, he would have at least had a chance. Trying to jump in without a shield against 3-4 players, not gonna happen. Like you've seen in some of these games where somebody will manage a shield cap, even though there are 3-4 people there, or even the whole team trying to melee them, and they still manage to get a claim. And it's not gonna happen if you don't have shield. You really want at least one loadout with shield. Shield and preferably a jetpack. I like to run back there with it as well. So let's try and get a little aerial view here. All 4 Iraxian pushing out of the side corridor. All 4 DE now are all there. This is really going to favor DE. And yeah, just all the Iraxian players just go down really quickly. Really, really hard spot to push out of. If they had gotten there a little bit quicker, we might have had a chance, but in this case, this pod is more than likely going to go to DE unless they just really kind of screw up this defense. We've got Zendor on the right hallway, taking out the lone Iraxian player. The rest of them are all in the middle. I think they've pretty much given up on taking this pod. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to give this one up. Looks like they're actually moving towards open side, or the rest are just in the middle. So no matter where this next pod drops, the one that drops in the control room is already there. So it'll more than likely, yeah, be either in the middle, or it'll be over here open side. So probably a good move here. Iraxian should have 3 power-ups. Or not Iraxian, DE. But, I mean, they can be useful, they can be kind of useless. Got a 3v3 right now. Mach is going to go for the shield cap. And he kind of distracted the Iraxian players there, and Dace and Zendor managed to clean up. See what I was kind of saying with that, that shielded player can, I mean, he's still kind of a threat. I mean, he can melee you. You can't just ignore him, but you can't just pay attention to him either. But here's kind of what I was saying about this control room door. You got 2 Iraxian players stuck in there. They get a nice pick. Duco's still there, and he's got a shotgun. Dank's actually going to roll out and get taken out by a proxy mine around the corner. Really well done there by the DE members. So this looks like it's probably going to go to DE. Butane has got a chance here to go for the shield cap. Doesn't look like he'll be able to make it though if he jumps up there. So this is going to be a DE pod cap, tying up the game. This next pod is of course going to spawn outside in the open. Looks like Iraxian might... No? Mach and Dank are... Well, I guess Dank's slightly closer. They're pretty much going to run into each other. Dank's going to have the advantage that he's behind the pod, and he actually gets a partner spawn there. So this is actually really kind of tricky. Mock drops a blaster cannon and gets 2 kills. Really nice job there. Hopefully those 2 that he killed were partnered. Otherwise, they're just gonna... Yep, they were partnered. So he kind of just took 2 of the players out for the rest of his team's next push. Really nice job there. Looks like Duco dropped a orbital. Doesn't look like it's gonna quite get... Oh, it does get Fury. So Dace is gonna try and push in here. I guess he doesn't have a shield, so... Yeah, he's gonna get taken out there. Let's actually back up a little bit. DE looks like they actually got a spawn right over here open side, so they're gonna easily reclaim this. Looks like everybody's here except for Zendor. I don't really like how far away they're pushing though. I really wish they were covering this corridor. Dace is kind of headed that way, but he couldn't quite get there in time. He's definitely a threat here. See how Butane pushed in, didn't know Dace was there, and he actually managed to get 2 kills there by himself. Just kind of being sneaky. Like, even though you're running Berserker, you still can be sneaky sometimes. Can't actually back up anymore, it's as far as I can back up. So DE still have control of this pod. Gonna be up to probably Peter or Butane here to be able to shield cap this. Time is ticking though. Yeah, you can't wait. You just have to go. And DE are gonna take game number 2. GG's.